People. Que pasa, sapa, say what they do. Welcome to Crime Time News, where the difference is in the meds. Call it news with a buzz. This is not your average, typical run-up-the-mill mama and papa blogging. This is blogging that takes you on the roof, under the cellar. Now people, back in the days, we used to watch some shows in Africa. And we said, Channel Star, them country they corrupt, politician, government, police corrupt. People, I am here to be the bearer of bad news. Jamaica is just like that. And I am speaking about even recent cases. I am going to reference a couple of those recent cases. There's a case that is buzzing all over social media as it pertains to PNP, Philip Paulwell and his baby mother being missing and his daughter, 10 months or 9 months old, and the baby mother drama that has been going on. A couple of days ago, the Deputy or Assistant Commissioner of Paulwell, Mr. Fitzbailey, he did an interview, some sorts of conference, and he said that they took off an individual off the plane. That individual is a person of interest in the case as it pertains to Philip Paulwell and the baby mother and the baby being missing. People, based on information, conversation that I am having with persons that might be, could be involved in the case, it is said that that person that they took off the plane is a person that was on the immigration watch list for Jamaica. That person is not a person of interest in that case. So the question is this: why would Mr. Fitzbailey lie? Is he ignorant to the fact, or is this some sort of deflection? They want to seem as if they are working. However, people, it seems as if under the cover, somebody or some set of people, including politicians, they are perverting the case, the course of justice. So therefore, they are throwing off John Public. The facts are these, and based on conversations that I've had with persons that are in law enforcement overseas, they said that, listen, the lady that named Karen Cross, she has an idea of exactly what is going on. Mr. Philip Paulwell knows what is going on. However, he is choosing politics, party, PNP over his family. So therefore, he is not divulging exactly what he knows, because the person that is said to be a person of interest, or even worse, is also a PNP. The person's name that is being called up, Angela Brown Burke. Is she a suspect or person of interest? Only time will tell. Now people, I don't know how many of you remember, but maybe about in the last year or this year, Andrew Holness went overseas and he went to meet with some sorts of officials in America. However, his security minister, Dr. Horace Chang, could not go, did not go. They did not want to speak with him. They did not want to hear from him. It is because he has a whole bunch of question signs attached to his name. Them not really trust him like that. Now, instead of knowing that America is kind of skeptical about him, it seems as if Mr. Chang is just digging himself deeper and deeper on the bad side, upon the black book, in the black book with that place. About a week or a couple of weeks ago, a family of 3 lost their life in a place called Waterloo. One of the persons of interest is a man named Tickman. Tickman was put on that list, surprisingly, to the whole of Jamaica and international law enforcement. Tickman went in with his big lawyer and he did some sorts of question and answer. When he did that question and answer, he also demanded or requested an apology from the JCF, saying that all the accusations and allegations of the past that is involved in extortion gang activity, he want them to take it back, say that he is a good boy. Based on information and conversation that I'm having with persons in law enforcement, it is believed that the JCF, Jamaica Constabulary Force, or the JDF, cannot touch Thickman or any other sorts of gangsters like him unless the orders come down from the top man, Dr. Horace Chang. That is where that is being mixed around in a law enforcement overseas. So therefore, when we hear this, it is obvious that these gangsters are definitely Teflon Don. They are untouchable. This proves that there is corruption in its highest order, meaning that the person that is on the top, the hierarchy of the JCF, is intertwined allegedly with criminals. So therefore, Jamaica is definitely a gangster country. Gangster and political gangsters run Jamaica, point blank and period. And people are going to ask, that is because politics and criminality intertwines. These dons that control these garrisons where most of the votes come from, they are the ones that dictates who gets voting, who lose. When these politicians get vote in and them control the government, then there's a whole bunch of money on the table, be it bribery, be it corruption. Anywhere you go, they are going to get rich. So therefore, they are not going to block themselves from getting those riches, because at the end of the day, the motive, ulterior motive, is not for Jamaica to become a better country. It is for them to go in, get rich and cut, and then leave Jamaica filthy rich. And just when we thought that it could not get any sorts of worse, there's a next name that has always been circling all over the place as it pertains to politicians and criminals. That name is Babsy Grange. Based on conversations that I'm also having with persons in law enforcement overseas, it is said that that interview that Thickman did with TVJ is allegedly, or was allegedly, set up by Babsy Grange and Dr. Horace Chang. People, like me tell you, this is information from people in the know. So when we think that these politicians, these popo, are supposed to be dismantling gangs, it seems as if they are there doing all sorts of damage control. They are shielding and protecting these criminals that are notorious, while you and I, persons that live in a Jamaica, persons that visit Jamaica, they are under siege. And we are scratch our head and we are say, then hold on a minute, how is it that them can't clamp down upon the crime? It is because the criminals in low places are mixing with the criminals in high places. It is all about money and power. It is not about rights. It is not about justice. It is not about having any sort of crime-free society. Because the truth and the fact is that in chaos, there's all sorts of hustle. And don't you find it strange, in that same incident in which those 3 family members lost their life in a Waterloo, the person that the popo went on some sorts of special operation within 24 to 48 hours is a man named Gaza, or Gaza man. Isn't it contrary? Isn't it conflicting that Gaza man, Don, is the person named Blacks that is said to live overseas. It is said that Blacks is the family member of the lady, the mother, the wife that got taken out along with her husband and their son that is 15-year-old. So people, isn't it conflicting? The person that is supposed to be the man that is a suspect or a person of interest at best, he does some sorts of interview that is masterminded by some sorts of politician. His name is never called up after that. There is no more special operation looking for anybody. However, the man that is the understudy or who's done is Blacks. Blacks family member got taken out, but they went for Gaza man, but they need to do some sorts of apology to Tickman. People, if this does not prove corruption in its highest heights, I don't know exactly what else will. But people, like me say, you and I are smart people, we are watching, and most importantly, the bigger heads overseas that are skeptical about Jamaica, skeptical about the government, skeptical about the leaders and politicians, they are watching and they are taking notes. Maybe we will not get any sorts of justice from Jamaica. However, karma is a bitch. And fly high or fly low, sooner or later, everybody has to face their judgment. Nobody is above the law, maybe in Jamaica or definitely in a Jamaica, but overseas, they are watching and they are taking notes. People, justice is going to come sooner or later. You best believe that. Point blank and period. Further on in the news, it seems as if these cold and callous gunmen in Jamaica, they are going for the total wipeout of the family. They are no longer pleased with just take away one person at a time. It has to be double, triple, quadruple or more. We heard about that infamous incident in a place called Waterloo in which a family of 3, wife, husband and son got taken out. On Sunday at about 10 p.m. in the night, a place called Rhinesbury District that is in Clarendon. A family of 4 was home in a 1-bedroom dwelling, no sorts of mansion. Them they are chill, some asleep. When them hear boom, boom, boom upon the door. When them Jim screechy and peek through the window, I wonder who that knocking at my door. Them see 2 men outside with all sorts of tools in them hand. I try for force entry in at the door. The people them say, wait, this looks serious. Them have some sorts of refrigerator or deep freezer. Them push it and I block the door. These men were relentless. When them realize, say, listen, we can't get in, we can't force enter. Them start blaze up all sorts of corn through the window. People them get flat like Alibaba carpet. Luckily, all 4 persons, including 2 students, 2 minors, escaped any sorts of injury. The gunmen then left on foot, take for themselves. Now people, when we hear stuff like this, don't really know the details. However, these people live in a 1-bedroom dwelling. So if them involved in a crime, obviously, it is not pain. However, if I was to guess, the possibilities is that these people not involved. However, they might be family member of somebody that they are looking for. Because we see the very dangerous, disturbing trend that is going on in Jamaica. If them can't catch Quaco, them are going to catch him short. However, the fact that none of these 4 persons in the house got any sorts of injuries, luckily because them mask, them duck, them run under the bed, they avoided any sorts of con. Best believe they are going to try again until they are successful. If I was a family member or if I was giving advice to these people, I would tell them, listen, if you can, and I know that it is very hard to just pack up and leave, relocate to somewhere else. But me just say, at the end of the day, you can always build back a house. However, you cannot build back a family. You cannot replace the one life that all of you have. So therefore, me just say, take heed. If you know the circumstance of why these people are look for you, if a mistaken identity, whatever it is, you need to get that sorted out before these people come back, because they will. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like this, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. And last but not least, please subscribe to my next channel. It is called Jamaica Dancehall Source. I'll be pinning the link to that channel in the description of this video. Bless up.